फाइल कहीं Good morning to all of you. I shall be starting with Union Executive 2 as we have already discussed President, that is Union Executive 1. We will discuss certain questions on Union Executive related to President, Vice President, Prime Minister. There will be other questions also in Union Executive 3. So as I have already told you, we are discussing various possible questions based upon previous year and the probability. We are selecting questions for UPSC and OPSC examinations, also useful for other examinations. Union Executive, as I have told you, the President, Vice President, Prime Minister, Council of Ministers and the Attorney General of India. In this session we have brought about some questions about the President also, and some questions are related to Vice President, and some questions are there on Prime Minister and Council of Ministers, also a few questions related to Attorney General. All of them are quite important. They constitute the Union Executive. They are the core part of the government. Success and failure of the government depends upon the functioning of these dignitaries, and the development and prosperity is ensured if the Union Executive impose it. With regards to Vice President, we have already discussed about President. With regard to Vice President, as you know, he is the second highest executive, and is mentioned in Article 63. He does not have any influential power functions, but at the time of vacancy in the office of the President, he or she takes over. That is the most important part of his duty, and he is also ex-officio chairperson of Rajya Sabha according to Article 64. The Vice President has dual role as a Vice President of India and the Chairperson of Rajya Sabha. As the Chairperson of Rajya Sabha, he has the similar functions and powers as the Speaker of Lok Sabha has, except beyond certain exceptions, and he exercises the functions of the office of the President when President is absent or there is a vacancy, but that is for only 6 months. Okay. And with regards to Prime Minister of India, Prime Minister is the de facto sovereign ruler of the Union Executive of the country. He has immense importance in our parliamentary democracy. In fact, parliamentary democracy is driven by leadership of the Prime Minister. He is the core part of the government. He is the core personality in the government. The government revolves around him. He is the master of government, has been described as master of government by H.R. Greaves. He has a very elated position in parliamentary democracy. If the Prime Minister heads a single party government, then he is almost democratic. So this is the fact about Prime Minister. Read a lot about him, and also take a note of the fact that the changing role of Prime Minister in a coalition government, that has already set in this election. So what is the difference between Prime Minister in a single party government and what is and his position in the coalition government, there is a little bit difference takes place. The prime minister in coalition government is not the same as the prime minister in single party government. His role in a coalition government is somewhat reduced and compromised. He has to look after the interest of all parties, and bringing a consensus among the parties is the most difficult task before the prime minister. So therefore, coalition government, prime minister becomes a facilitator rather than a ruler. He cannot take any decision without the approval of the coordination committee or the standing committee, coordination committee of the coalition parties. So the coordination committee of all parties becomes the super cabinet or the super government at this time, and prime minister has to accommodate the interest of all parties, look after the interest, claims and demands of members of the all parties, and he has to bring a consensus and compromise every time. Therefore, he faces a tough issue or tough task during a coalition government. So please take a note of all these things and read about more what are the changing role of prime minister under a coalition era. And India, since independence, has been facing coalition government many times. There have been more than 9 times coalition government have been established. This time also coalition is established, NDA, National Democratic Alliance. So in this alliance, the BJP, the major party, does not have the requisite majority in the Lok Sabha. It has to depend upon the support of other parties. So that will be a top thing for the prime minister and the cabinet minister to make policies and to make decisions unanimously. So we'll see what is happening. And with regards to council of minister, they are the core part of the central executive system. In fact, the council of minister headed by the prime minister is the real executive. They are the de facto executive. They run the country, they run the government, they design the policy, they make amendments in the necessary amendments in the constitutional laws. So they are everything in the parliamentary democracy. They are collectively responsible to the Lok Sabha. Their life, their term, their survival depends upon the existence of Lok Sabha and their majority. If they win, if they have the confidence of the majority members of the Lok Sabha, then they will continue to be in power, otherwise they have to go. So therefore, ministerial responsibility is sine qua non in a parliamentary democracy, and therefore parliamentary system is characterized by responsibility, not by stability, as the presidential government is. Okay, so take a stock of all these situations, read about them in a convenient manner, and gather more information about them in the current context and prepare on them. Okay. So we shall start with the questions. I was checking the question. There are some questions repeated in this section, but still we will complete those questions which are individually put. Okay, we will avoid the repeated questions. So we will look at the first question. Which of the following is not correct? Not correct. That is the most important thing. Not correct. So let's look at these important matters. And then it not correct. So that is President of India is impeached by a special majority. That is the incorrect part. That is the incorrect part. In Article 61, Clause 3, I think, Clause 3, Article 61. In Article 61, Clause 3, you will find the term that is not special majority, that is your Clause 3, Clause 4, everywhere it is mentioned. It is moved to right side when not governance. Okay. So it is, you can say Clause 2 and Clause 4. Clause 2. Article 61, Clause 2 and 4 also mentions about not special majority, that is not less than not less than 2/3 of 2/3 of 2/3 of the total membership of the house. 2/3 of total membership. So what is special majority? That is, although they are considered special majority, but there is two different things. Total membership of the house. Total membership means the present strength. That means the whole, in case of Lok Sabha it is 543 into 2/3, and in case of Rajya Sabha it is 245 into 2/3, irrespective of the members present. But in case of special majority, that what is meant by special majority is that 2/3 member present and voting. That is majority of members present. What is the definition of special majority? Majority of members present and 2/3 present and voting. That is the definition, I think. Present and voting. So this one will be incorrect. Look at other options. The ground for impeachment is violation of constitutional right. It is a quasi-judicial procedure because it is investigated by Parliament. There is a procedure, there is a provision for investigation. That is also mentioned in the Constitution, that in clause 3, that when the house is, when either house of Parliament has passed the resolution, the other house will investigate the charge and act on that. Therefore, it is a question. The provision of impeachment is mentioned in article, that is correct. So that means A is not correct. Option A will be the answer. Got it? Option A will be the answer. If you get a similar questions, you will have to put it option A. Who among the following is not appointed by the President? Not appointed by the President. Chief Justice of a Common High Court is common means that is Common High Court of India. So that is also appointed by the President. Judges of High Courts. State Election Commissioner is not appointed by the President, rather is appointed by Governor. And Central Vigilance Commissioner is appointed by the President. But remember, the State Election Commission is removed by the President. In the manner a High Court judge is removed. So answer will be C here. He is not appointed by the President. He is not appointed. Like also the members of the State Public Service Commission are not appointed. That is also a point to be noted. So C should be there. Who among the following presides over the Governor's Conference? President. President, was these are extra constitutional provision for center-state relations. So there are many extra constitutional, extra legal or informal arrangement has been made to strengthen center-state relations, like Governor's Conference, Chief Minister's Conference, Chief Secretary's Conference, Presiding Officer's Conference. Many conferences are arranged to facilitate smooth functioning of the system. So one of those things is President's Governor's Conference, sometimes arranged. Okay, there are also Chief Justice's Conference of the High Courts presided by the Chief Justice of India. There are Chief Minister's Conferences presided over the Prime Minister of India. So a lot of informal arrangements are organized to facilitate smooth functioning of the political system, especially to facilitate effective center-state relation in the country. So that is A. Next we will come to question number 4. Who among the following President of India was also served as the Vice Chancellor of Jawaharlal University? That is K.R. Narayanan, once he was Vice Chancellor before he became the President of India. So during his career, he had also served the Vice Chancellor of the famous Jawaharlal University, that is B. Okay. And K.R. Narayanan was the 10th President of India, and is the first person President from Dalit community, or from the Dalit community. Okay, that is B. The answer is B. Question number 4. Question number 5. Consider the following statements. Attorney General of India can take part in the proceedings of the Lok Sabha, be a part of the committee of the Lok Sabha, speak in the Lok Sabha vote. Attorney General is provided under Article 76 of the Constitution. He is the highest legal officer in the country, is appointed by the President. He should have the qualification of a judge similar to the judge of a High Court, Supreme Court. And he has certain duties provided under Article 76. He can take part in the proceedings of the Lok Sabha, yes. Also in the Rajya Sabha, he be a part of the committee of the Lok Sabha, yes. Speak in the Lok Sabha, yes, but cannot vote in the Lok Sabha, that is there. Attorney General does not have a vote, but he is the only dignitary who is not a member of, who can take part in the proceedings of the House, even if he is not a member. So suppose which of the following are correct? That is 1, 2, 3 are correct, 4 is incorrect because he does not have the right to vote, he is not a member. So that is therefore it is in C. Okay. Now look at question 6. That is according to the Constitution of India, it is the duty of the President of India to cause to be laid before the Parliament which of the following? Reports. The recommendation of the Finance Commission, yes, certainly. Report of the Public Account Committee. Public Account Committee belongs to the Prime Minister. It is its own committee. So there is no need for submitting the report to the Parliament by the President. So, that is not the duty. The report of the Comptroller General, yes. The report of the National Commission for Scheduled Caste, yes. So 1, 3, 4 reports are submitted by the President only. Number 2, that is the report of the Public Account Committee, which is an internal committee and committee of the Parliament, and a major committee. In fact, it is the Financial Committee which ensures parliamentary financial control of Parliament over the executive. It plays a greater role in ensuring that public money is spent in accordance with the principles and of the Constitution. So number 2, except number 2, 1, 3, 4 are correct. So answer will be 1, 3, 4, C. Answer will be C. 1, 3, 4 because 2 is incorrect. It does not submit the report of the Public Account Committee. Public Account Committee examines the report of the Comptroller Auditor General, also examines the accounts. Okay, next 7. Consider the following statements and choose the correct code. India's real executive, a body of ministers, rules but does not reign. There is little difference between rule and reign, but reign is the symbolical things, which means that the Council of Ministers in the name of the Council of Government does not run. Government runs in the name of the President. Therefore, the Council of Ministers rules but not reigns. The statement 1 is correct. India's formal executive, head of the state, reigns but doesn't. Here it is referred to the President. So President reigns but does not rule. Means he is not involved in active ruling, active politics, not involved in the day-to-day execution of the government. In his name the government runs, but he does not run the government. Because it is the Prime Minister, Council of Ministers who runs the government, because the President has to run the government on the aid and advice of the Council of Ministers headed by the Prime Minister, and such aid and advice has been made binding upon the President. So he reigns but does not rule. So both 1 and 2 are correct. C. Okay. Now we'll come to question number 8. The Prime Minister of India at the time of his or her appointment. This question is being repeated, but okay, look at the question. At the time of appointment, first of all, remember Prime Minister is appointed by President, and he should be a member of Parliament. But if he is not a member at the time of appointment, it will not be any problem. A person can be appointed as an Indian citizen can be appointed as the Prime Minister of India, even if he is not a member of either House of Parliament. He can be appointed first, and then he will have to secure a seat in either House of Parliament within 6 months. That is there, otherwise he will cease to be a Prime Minister. So I think he need not necessarily be a member of the House of Parliament, but must become a member of one of the houses within 6. That will be correct option. A. Look at other option, need not necessarily be a member of this one, but must become a member of this one. He can be a member of either house, Lok Sabha House, unlike the UK pattern, where the Prime Minister must be a member of the lower house. But in India, it is not provided. It is provided that a Prime Minister should be a member of either house, either Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. We have had 3 Prime Ministers from Rajya Sabha, like Indira Gandhi first, and then S.D. Devagowda and Manmohan Singh. They have been from Rajya Sabha. So a person, Prime Minister, can be a member of either house. So this is incorrect one. Option A is answer. Option A is answer. And B must be a member of one of the houses of Parliament. No, at the time of it is not necessary. Must be a member of it. Wrong. So option A. Question number 9. Consider the following presidents of India. Okay, Zakir Hussain, Bibi Giri, Fakhruddin Ali Ahmad, K.R. Narayan. Zakir Hussain was the 3rd president of India. Bibi Giri was the 4th president of India. Fakhruddin Ali Ahmad was the 5th president of India. And K.R. Narayan was the 10th president of India. Question is, who among the following presidents, among above mentioned presidents of India, have not been Bharat Ratna awardees? See, only 6 presidents have been conferred with the prestigious or the highest civilian honor, Bharat Ratna, so far. They are Rajendra Prasad, Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan, Bibi Giri and Zakir Hussain, and APJ Abdul Kalam and Pranab Mukherjee. These 6 presidents have been conferred. So here in the list, only Bibi Giri and Zakir Hussain is the awardees, and Fakhruddin Ali and K.R. Narayan are not the awardees. So that will be 3-4. 3-4 will be the answer. 3-4 are not conferred with prestigious Bharat Ratna. 3-4. Option D. That is 9. Question number 9. Option D. Option D is the answer. 3-4. Not conferred with Bharat Ratna. Consider the following statements regarding presidential election 2022 in India and identify how many of them are not correct. Not correct. How many of them there are not correct? Look at statement 1. The value of vote of each member of parliament was 700 years. That was decided after dividing the total value of all MLAs in the country divided by all elected members of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. That is 700. This time it has been reduced. I think before that it was 702 or 708, sometimes 772. The first statement is correct. The vote value of each MLA of UP is 208, whereas that of Sikkim was 7 years, because the voter value of MLA is calculated by dividing the total population by your total number of elected MLAs. Then the quotient is divided by 1000. So therefore it is it varies. So highest state Uttar Pradesh being the largest state in terms of population has 208 seats obviously, and in Sikkim, as it is a small country state and with a minimum with a very negligible population in comparison to Uttar Pradesh, so it is at only 7 members. In Puducherry, each MLA has vote value of 16, whereas in Delhi, what it was that is 1 minute. We shall check that. In Delhi, that is not the fact also. Okay. Okay. In Delhi, it is yes 58. Value was 58. And Odisha has 149. Odisha has 149 in terms of value, and Kerala has 152. 152. This one is wrong. 152. It is in 51. Written 151. So only one is correct. Incorrect. That is option 4. Both of them are correct. Puducherry has 16 vote value at this time, having a 30-member legislative assembly, and Delhi has 70-member legislative, but in terms of population it is more, therefore it is there. So only one is incorrect. Option 4 is incorrect. So we'll make only one is incorrect. Got it? Only one is incorrect. Consider the following statements. The Constitution of India classifies the ministers into 4 ranks. Actually, Constitution does not classify. It is the rules of procedure somewhere it is written, but not the Constitution. There are obviously 4 types of ministers: cabinet minister, minister of state with independent charge, minister of state, and deputy minister, you can say. It's not mentioned in the Constitution. Not Constitution does not define the ministers. The total members of ministers in the union government, including the prime minister, shall not exceed 15% of the total members of the Lok Sabha. Yes, it is correct. It was provided by 91st Constitutional Amendment Act 2003 that the members should be not the ministers. Number of ministers should not be more than 15% of the total strength, means 543 into 15%. In case of state also, it is provided that the size of the ministry shall not exceed 15% of the total number of members in the Vidhan Sabha and not less than 12. So this one is correct, 2. So we'll put the answer as 2B. Okay, B. So this one has answer B. Next we will come to question number 12. Consider the following statements. Attorney General of India and Solicitor General are the only officers of the government who are allowed to participate in the meetings of Parliament. See, only Attorney General is allowed, not Solicitor General. There are 2 additional Solicitor Generals. 2 Solicitor Generals, and the Solicitor General is also an office, but it's not mentioned in the Constitution. So they don't have the rights. So that is incorrect. Let us look at statement 12. According to the Constitution of India, the Attorney General of India submits his resignation when the government which appointed him resigns. not mentioned in the constitution, but that obviously takes place. That obviously takes place. When the cabinet resigns, the Attorney General also puts his resignation letter. But it's not mentioned in the constitution. Article 76 does not mention it. That is the things. Okay. So neither one nor two, I think the answer. D. Next 13. The Prime Minister of India at the time of appointment, as I was telling you, this question is repeated, so answer will be the A. Need not necessarily be a member of either House of Parliament, but must become a member of one of the House within 6 months. Consider the following statements. Attorney General of India can take part in the proceedings of the Lok Sabha, be a member of the Committee of Lok Sabha, speak in the Lok Sabha, vote in the Lok Sabha. Only 4 is incorrect. So 1, 2, 3 we have already discussed. In the context of India, which of the following is implied institutionally in the parliamentary government? Institutionally. Members of the cabinet are members of the parliament, obviously, because they are collectively responsible to the parliament. Ministers hold office till they enjoy the confidence of parliament. Yes. Cabinet is headed by the head of the state, not head of the government. So Prime Minister is not the ex officio chairperson of cabinet, rather Prime Minister is the ex officio chairperson of cabinet, not the President. So President, that is number 2, 3 is incorrect. So only 1, 2 are implied institutionally in a parliamentary government, we can say. 1, 2. Got it? Consider the following statements. The Council of Ministers in the Centre shall be collectively responsible to the Parliament. The Union Ministers shall hold the office during the pleasure of the President of India. The Prime Minister shall communicate to the President about the proposals for legislation. That is, if you look at the first option, that is not correct. Actually, they are responsible to the Lok Sabha, not the Parliament exactly. So, will it be correct? Will it be correct or not? If we say this collectively responsible to Parliament, then both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha will mean it. But if you look at the 75, Article 75, Clause 3 says that the Council of Ministers headed by the Prime Minister shall be collectively responsible to the House of the People in Parliament. So that is wrong, I think. The Union Ministers shall hold office during, that is correct. Individual responsibility is there. The Prime Minister shall communicate to all matters about proposals for, yes, correct. Article 78 says like that. So, how many of them correct? 2 and 3 are correct, I think. Yes, 2 and 3 are correct. Consider the following statement. The President shall make rules for the more convenient transaction of the business of the Government of India and for allocation of ministers of the said business. That is your you can say that is mentioned in Article 77 of the Constitution. Article 77. Yes, that is correct. President makes rules and regulations. All executive action of the government shall be expressed taken in the name of the Prime Minister. No, the President. So only one is correct. Now the question is correct. A. Which of the following are the function or functions of the Cabinet Secretariat? Cabinet Secretary is the staff agency which with a view to helping the Cabinet. Preparation of agenda for Cabinet meetings, yes. Secretarial assistance to Cabinet committees, yes. Allocation of financial resources to all ministers, no. That is the duty of the Parliament. So 1, 2 is correct. C. Okay. Now come to question number 19. Which one of the following is feature of the parliamentary system in India? The Prime Ministers are appointed by the President. That is a feature also. The ministers are collectively responsible to the President. No, the ministers sink and sail together. That is the most important characteristic. See, sink and sail together. But all the other points are also a part of parliamentary system. But that is most important part is ministers sink and sail together. Means they are collectively responsible to Lok Sabha, and a non-cooperative motion against them will lead to their resignation. They work as a team and they are responsible for it. If they have to go together. If they have to survive, they have to survive together. So see. President's office is an elected office and that is a real head. Parliamentary system implies. No, that is incorrect. Prime Minister is appointed by the constitutional head. Ministers may or may not belong to the Parliament. That is wrong. They should belong to the Parliament. So only 2 is correct. Only 2 is correct. Yes, only 2 is true. That is your B. B. The duties of the Prime Minister are given in the following article. 78. 78 deals with the duties of the Prime Minister toward the President. He shall communicate all matters related to affairs of the center and proposals for legislation. He shall also furnish such and such information which the President may call for from time to time, and he will also ensure that all matters are considered by the Council of Ministers and President will make him so. 78 deals with the duties of the Prime Minister. It is a principal article which is the connecting link between the President and Prime Minister. Between the President and Council of Ministers. Yes, sorry. 22. Consider the following duties of the Prime Minister. Choose the correct one. He communicates all the, as I was discussing now, he communicates all the decision of the Council of Minister to the President. He gives all information regarding to the President which he may call for. He submits the consideration of the Council of Minister any matter which might not have been considered by the Council. So 1, 2, 3 will be the correct answer. 1, 2, 3. Okay. That is the things. Look at the options again. Okay, 3 options. All these are mentioned in Article 78. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 will be the answer. Option D. Option D. Yes, option D will be the answer. President is bound by the advice of the Council of Minister under the following article. That is 74.1. 74 does not have so many clauses. It is A. 74A. So 1 will be there. Okay. A. 74 has only 2 clauses. Consider the following statements and choose the correct one. The Vice President acts as the President when the President is absent. Yes. In the absence of the President, the Vice President has all the powers of the President. Yes, certainly when he presides. So, both the statements are correct. 1, 2 statements are true. C. Which one of the following is incorrect? The Vice President should be a citizen of India. Right. He should have completed 35 years. Right. He should have qualification of Lok Sabha. No. He should have the qualification to become a member of Rajya Sabha. So that is incorrect. That is incorrect. Okay. So that is incorrect. So it should be in clause 66, clause 3, article 66, clause 3 deals with the qualifications. And according to clause 3, the Vice President should be qualified for election as a member of Council of States, not the Lok Sabha. He should have support of the majority party, obviously, because he is elected by them. So that is C will be the answer. (26) Which among the following is correct about BP? The tenure of the Vice President is 5 years. He presides over the meetings of Parliament. No. He can resign before the expiry of his tenure. Yes. He remains in office till successor. Actually, the question will be incorrect one. This is not correct. It will be incorrect. Incorrect that will be the B. Because all options are correct. The tenure of the Vice President is 5 years. Yes. Term. It will be fixed term. And he can resign before the expiry of his tenure. 67. 67. And term, his resignation he can tenure his successor. Expiry of his term, that is 67 clause 1. And it is your 67 clause C, you would see 67, it will be 67, the C. Okay, so all are correct, only B will be approximately incorrect. It does not preside over the meetings of Parliament, joint sittings. Whichever, then answer will be, question number 26, answer will be, yes, B. Which among the following is correct about VP? The tenure of Vice President 5 years, Vijay should go 27. Same. Okay, sorry. 28. Consider the following which related to VP of India. The Vice President acts during the absence of President. Select the correct word. Vice President acts in the absence of the President. That is correct. He acts as such during the remaining period of the tenure of the President. No. For 6 months maximum. 6 months. Maximum. While acting as the President, the Vice President does not receive the salary and other allowances of the Vice President. Yes, that is correct. He receives the salary and allowances of the President of India. So, 1 is correct, 3 is correct. 1, 3 or 2, yes, C. Answer will be C. Which one of the following is not true? The Vice President is the leader of the Rajya Sabha. Yes, not leader of the Rajya. Leader of the Rajya Sabha belongs to the government, ruling party. The Prime Minister nominates a minister to be a leader of the House. So Vice President is not the leader. He is the chairperson. That term is not appropriate. Because the leader of the House is a statutory position of the mentioned in the rules of procedures, leader of the House. So both houses has a leader, and in Lok Sabha, the Prime Minister is the leader of the House, if he is a member. And in the Rajya Sabha, he or she nominates a minister, a cabinet minister, to be the leader of the House. Usually the member of that is the leader of the House. He presides over the meetings of Rajya Sabha, that is correct. He is a link between Rajya Sabha and the whole external world, obviously. He is elected by both houses of Parliament. Yes, that is correct. So A. Vice President is not a leader. Leader is a term usually applied to government. There is leader of the House and opposition leader. So they are mentioned in the rule of procedures of House. 30. Which of the following are not defining duties of the Prime Minister? The Prime Minister communicates all the decisions of the Council of Ministers relating to the administration and those relating to proposal. Yes. He seeks prior sanction of the President about budget which is to be submitted to the Parliament. Yes. That is not mentioned in the 78. It is a fact, but it is not mentioned. To submit so 1 is correct, 2 is incorrect, 3 look at option 3. To submit, if so, requires the consideration of the Council of Ministers. Any matter on which the Council has not been given consideration, but the Council of Ministers had considered. Okay. So 1 and 3 will be the answer. 1 and 3 will be the answer. 2 is incorrect. A will be the answer. 1 and 3. Okay, look at option 2 again. He seeks prior sanction of the President about the budget. Although there is a recommendation, prior recommendation is essential, but it is not mentioned in Article 78. So 1 and 3 will be answer. 31. Consider the following statements regarding to PM of India. It is the prerogative of the Prime Minister to either select or drop a member from the list of the Council of Ministers. Yes, nobody has a say over this decision. Collective responsibility of the council minister implies a unit of action on the part of the minister, obviously. So that is 1 and 2, both are true. Which of the following ministers the following are the most important? See, Minister of Cabinet rank is the most important. He is the core part of the Council of Ministers. He is a wheel within a wheel. Cabinet. So Cabinet is the real ministers under whom the Minister of State and Deputy Ministers work. So they are most important. That is A. Cabinet is a body within the Council of Ministers. Within the Council of Ministers. So Cabinet is a body within the Council of Ministers. It is called Cabinet and it is called Council of Ministers. And usually the Cabinet makes the decision, it meets regularly and it finalizes the decision, and all of the ministers are subordinate to the councils, Cabinet. They have no independence, they have no nothing. Therefore it is A. Question number 33. Collective responsibility in the context of parliamentary system implies ministers work as a team. Obviously, that is the meaning of collective responsibility also. Ministers are collectively responsible to the Lok Sabha, yes. Ministers swim but may not sing together. No, ministers may swim but may swim together. Yes, that will be also correct. It's correct. It's correct. Achha. Ministers work as a team. Ministers are collectively responsible to Lok Sabha. Minister may swim together but may swim together. Both but may not swim together. Achha. It option भूल अच्छी बोले it typo error अच्छी it not थी वो not but अच्छी ना but अच्छी तो option that is not थी वो तो मैंने इधर केवल 1 2 correct हो sorry that is typo error but क्या ना but अच्छी minister इधर लगा minister swim together but may not sing together it is in the minister may sing together but may not swim together नहीं तो 1 and 2. B. In which order does the president take the definition oath taking decisions of the President? That is preserve, protect and defend. Okay, A. Preserve, protect and defend. A. Consider the following and choose the correct quote. Parliamentary democracy ensures harmony between legislature and executive. Obviously, it ensures more stability of the government than responsibility. No, it ensures more responsibility than stability. Responsibility than stability. It ensures more responsibility of government than stability. But in case of presidential system, it is more stability than responsibility. That means what? The Council of Ministers will continue to rule, continue to be in power as long as they enjoy the confidence of the majority of members in the Lok Sabha. That is called responsibility. But in presidential system, there is no responsibility, means president has a fixed tenure. A. Okay, viewers, so we have discuss some relevant questions often asked in the previous year. You may get it ensured ki most of them were asked in the previous year UPSC questions. We have discussed them, and I hope you have got some idea about the attending the questions and getting some benefits by this initiative of Vanik, the mega institutions. Okay, we'll carry forward. We'll carry on this mission on every chapter, on every possible areas for your larger benefits. Keep watching and giving constructive comments for improvement. If any problem you are facing during the class or anything that you need to suggest, you can do the suggestion. Be constructive in your approach and be prepared for the upcoming examinations. Wish you all the best. And thank you very much for watching.